You know your ham out of your pocket? Who are you? Hey besties, this video is about my transformation. I went through a crazy transformation in the past year. I used to be morbidly obese, I used to be selectively mute, and just this weird kid. Now I'm only slightly chubby and I'm only kind of socially awkward. I grew up really depressed and suicidal because I had no human connection. I shut my parents out and I had no friends because I grew up gay and I was so scared of letting my secret out that I just decided not to talk. I think I developed an eating disorder very young because I would use food as comfort. My favorite part of my lunch bowl was the ham, and I would save it because I liked savoring things in the right moment. So I would save it by putting it in my pocket, and during recess, since I had no friends to play with, I would just distract myself by pulling a piece of like circular ham out of my pocket and just like popping it in my mouth, you know. No big deal. I developed more unhealthy habits. I became addicted to gambling. I was a professional poker player for a couple of years. That's another story, but I was alcoholic, I was addicted to drugs, and I went down this horrible path. And it got to be too much. I wanted to kill myself, and I tried to remember the best day of my life while I was, you know, kind of going back and looking through my past, and there really was like no one day I could think of, so I decided I deserved at least one day to be the best day of my life. And I headed out of my house, and nothing I did was very special in particular. I went on a cable car, I just kind of looked up at the sky and appreciated the sun and, you know, how silly this life we live on Earth is. And I was really having the best day of my life, and I realized nothing really changed except my mindset. My mindset changed because I wanted it to be the best day of my life, and it was. And I decided to try, you know, to keep doing it and see where my life went. And I had the best time of my life, and I got everything I've ever wanted. And it was scary quick. I actually lost 80 pounds in 4 months. I made the best friends I could ever ask for. The way I changed was I just imagined the perfect person in my head, the person I wanted to be, and I imagined how they'd go about their day, what they would wear, what they would eat, who they'd interact with, how they'd interact with them, and I decided to just pretend to be that person. I put this in practice by throwing a big party for myself, actually. When I first came out, I decided to just throw myself a big gay party. I didn't know how, but I went to Autostraddle.com's Facebook group in San Francisco, and I just said, hey guys, I have a hot tub and a pool. I'm going to have barbecue and alcohol and other things. Just please come. I would like to meet all of you. And about 50 girls showed up. It was insane because there were 50 girls in their swimsuits just in my apartment, like elbow to elbow in my tiny one-bedroom apartment, and they were cheersing my name, and I thought it was some sort of weird cult. When those people showed up, I just pretended to be this really outgoing person who does this often, and it kind of stuck. Whenever I saw those people, I was this outgoing person that I always wanted to be. It's just that it was really hard for me to change around the people, you know, I've always been around, like my family. But it was so easy with strangers, and whenever I saw them, I would just be this outgoing person who probably talked like this. Maybe I didn't do that, but I just felt really invincible. I thought life was so pointless when I was a kid, and that's what made me so depressed. But once I kind of went through my transformation, I realized life is really pointless. It doesn't matter what you do in the end. It's your life, it's your story, and it's only going to be important to you. When you're in the moment, just try to make the right decision when you're in the moment. And if you do this, all the good days will stack up. Your journey will be so short. You'll look back and be like, wow, how did all that time pass? And I'm this different person. Of course I have my downs, but with this belief that, you know, I have control of how I make my life, every day is pretty okay. I have a lot of good days. Everybody's worried about their own lives, and no one is judging you. Honestly, everyone is just trying to live their own life. They have their own complex problems and their complex universes that they're just trying to like keep together. And it really doesn't matter what people think. Just be happy. People who really care that much and judge you about your life, it's because their lives are so miserable that they just try to hate on everyone else's happiness. Don't be like that. Just be one of the people who wants everyone else to, be happy. I know what it's like to think that you can't change and that you have no will. I thought I was the weakest person on earth and I thought I could never change. But just some faith in myself did wonders. I transformed completely, and it was just because I thought I could. I believed it finally. I allowed myself to think, hey, maybe I can do these things. Thanks for listening to me ramble. If you have any questions or comments, just let me know. I'm here. I want to help you guys. I want to share my story and just, let you guys know that it's possible. You can do anything you want. You can be anything you want. It's just, you have to allow it. I thought I died, I went to lesbian heaven. It couldn't be real. How is this my life? There's 50 girls in my apartment. I just said, hey, you're a cool person. You're becoming the kind of person you want to be. And you should feel good about yourself. And that was enough. Yeah, wow, I sound like a total hippie.